So one of the big challenges is finding combo tools. As we all know, they're available on the compact, and that's pretty much it as far as like the new knives go. Now, people have talked about picking up like the Bantam, re-drilling it. Yeah, you can do that. It's kind of a pain. So some alternatives are these knives, which I've shown this before. This is actually the Century, and it's the CN81. Got this one off eBay. Ended up spending a lot more on this particular one. I bought them before. They come up every once in a while. But it's essentially a clone of Victorinox. It's got the same pin pattern in there. It's a 91 millimeter. And yes, the combo tool, it's a 2.5 millimeter hole. It is slightly thinner. So this is a scientist. This is like a real, quote unquote, real combo tool. It's a slight difference in thickness. The nail nick is almost indistinguishable. Slightly different. And the only thing that you can really notice is, see on there's like a little bit of an angle here versus that one's flush. But for what they are, I don't think it matters. I think you're doing fine throwing this thing on your knife if you're building Vicks. So this thing's kind of cool. It's like a 91 millimeter version of the Apprentice. They never made this knife in a 91 millimeter. So you could, in theory, throw on like plus scales and have a 91 millimeter Apprentice plus. Now the other knife, I just picked this guy up. One of these, Adler Messer. I think I'm saying that right. I have no idea what model this is. I ordered this off eBay. Some guy shipped it to me from Spain for like $4. I don't quite know why. Thank you for doing that. And I didn't know what I was getting. I assumed this was basically a waiter because it doesn't have scale tools. But it's basically, well, it could be a waiter plus. And I say that because it's a 91 millimeter. So you can pop the scales off this thing, turn it into a waiter plus. And it's got basically the same combo tool as the Century or the ISC. See that? They obviously came from the same place. It's my guess. Both made in Germany. This is the ISC. I don't know if you can see that or not. So this is the 91 millimeter. I haven't ripped it open, but I would be shocked if the pins were different. They just can't be. Looking at this knife. So, this thing was, again, this was like an eBay deal. It was cheap. So you could rip this apart and harvest this if you wanted. You could probably just take these scales off and throw on Victorinox and make it a waiter plus. They're both the same. The only difference on these, like on the ISC, I've gotten a few of these. This is like my 5th or 6th one. The quality of the backside Phillips varies. Some of them kind of have more of a, let me show you. See how it sits? It kind of comes out a little bit. Sometimes it's more flush. And then they have like a larger like a ring on them. But aside from that, like the combo tool's fine. The blade would be fine. This corkscrew seems like a little thinner. But I actually like this knife better. I like the logo better. To me, this just seems like chintzy. This reminds me of like, I don't know, some Chinese logo, like the Communist Party or something, which is strange because it's like a German knife that's sold here in the United States under, this is the box it came in, Century. So, I don't know, it's pretty neat. And it's a good alternative, I think, to harvesting compacts or drilling, like, you know, the 84 millimeter knives out. So yeah, we'll just keep them, but they're kind of neat, and you can find them you know, on eBay like anything else. Anyway, kind of a longer one, but thought you wanted to see those because somebody mentioned the Adler Messer in a comment, and I didn't know anything about them. They have some right now online that are they're basically compacts. I think the guy wants like $30 for them, but like 8 shipping. So I mean, you're paying $38 plus tax, right? I don't know. I mean, a compact's what, 55, 58 or something, and then it's not like a true Victorinox, and then the scale tools aren't as cool. So I don't know if they're worth $30, but you know, these little guys to harvest or just for something different. Man, I might just throw plus scales on this. Have my own little waiter plus. Anyway, that's all I got for today. Hope you like that one.